Today, we pay tribute to American celebrities and notable figures from around the world who passed away recently. Please take a moment to like this video if you want to support the channel. It really helps us grow. Thank you, and let's begin.
Sam Neill, the legendary Kiwi actor famous for playing Dr. Alan Grant in Jurassic Park, died at the age of 78 after a sudden and unexpected medical event. His family confirmed he passed away in Sydney, Australia, surrounded by loved ones. Although Neill previously fought stage 3 blood cancer, his family noted he was entirely cancer-free at the time of his passing. Neill spent decades bringing memorable characters to life, from the blockbusters we watched as kids to his terrifying role in Peaky Blinders. He was an actor of great depth who never lost his warmth or down-to-earth humor. Fans around the world are mourning the loss of a truly generous spirit whose presence on screen always made a film feel special.
Scott Bryce, the American actor who played Craig Montgomery on the long-running soap opera As the World Turns, passed away after a long struggle with stage 3 esophageal and stomach cancer, an illness he had been fighting for about a year. He was nominated for 2 Daytime Emmy Awards for his portrayal of Craig, a character he played off and on for over 20 years. Bryce also appeared in several popular primetime shows, including Murphy Brown, Blue Bloods, and Law & Order. Outside of his camera work, he directed local theater productions and spent his life helping young performers get their start. He is survived by his wife, Jodie, and their son. Josh Grisetti, the American stage and television actor, died at the age of 44 by suicide. His close friend and fellow Broadway performer Rob McClure shared the news, confirming that Grisetti had taken his own life. Grisetti earned a Drama Desk Award nomination for his Broadway debut in the musical It Should Have Been You, before joining the cast of Something Rotten as Nigel Bottom. On television, he played Ralph Emerson in the final season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He also led the musical theater program as a tenured professor at California State University Fullerton, where he redesigned the curriculum. He is survived by his wife, Mackenzie. Friends, colleagues, and former students remember him for his quick wit, dedicated teaching, and theater performances. Lindsey Graham, the Republican senator from South Carolina, died at the age of 71 after a brief illness. The medical examiner in Washington, D.C., confirmed that he passed away from an aortic dissection caused by arteriosclerotic cardiovascular disease. This loss occurred shortly after he returned from an official trip to Ukraine. Graham spent more than 30 years in Congress, serving first in the House of Representatives and then in the Senate starting in 2003. He was a central figure in American foreign policy and a close advisor to Donald Trump. His colleagues on both sides of the political aisle remember him as a politician who knew how to strike deals. Danielle Spencer, the former child star who played the sassy little sister Dee Thomas on the 1970s sitcom What's Happening, died at the age of 60 after a long battle with stomach cancer. She passed away at Chippenham Hospital in Richmond, Virginia. Spencer was beloved for her famous catchphrase, "Ooh, I'm gonna tell mama." After her successful run on television, she stepped away from Hollywood to pursue her passion for animals. She graduated as a doctor of veterinary medicine and spent 20 years working as a veterinarian, dedicating her life to healing pets. Her former co-stars and fans remember her as a brave woman who overcame major physical hardships and inspired everyone around her. Wally Funk, the aviation pioneer and the oldest woman to travel into space, died at the age of 87 following a leg infection and complications from recent falls. She passed away at her home in Grapevine, Texas. Funk was part of the Mercury 13, a group of female pilots who underwent the same rigorous physical tests as NASA's male astronauts in the 1960s, but were denied the chance to fly. Jeff Bezos invited her as an honored guest on his Blue Origin rocket, and she finally achieved her dream of spaceflight at age 82. Her incredible spirit and lifelong love for flying will inspire future pilots for decades. Dermot Murnaghan, the veteran British news presenter who worked for ITV, the BBC, and Sky News, died at the age of 68 after a battle with stage 4 prostate cancer, which he had made public. He passed away peacefully at his home in London. Murnaghan was a reassuring face on television for nearly 40 years, famously breaking the news of Princess Diana's death and Queen Elizabeth's passing. He also hosted the popular quiz show Eggheads. Before his passing, he used his platform to urge men over 50 to get tested regularly. His colleagues remember him as an exceptionally talented journalist who delivered the daily news with absolute professionalism. Randolph Mantooth, the actor whose portrayal of firefighter-paramedic Johnny Gage on the 1970s television series Emergency introduced paramedics to a national audience, died at the age of 80 after being ill for several years. His brother confirmed that he passed away peacefully at a hospice facility in Ventura, California. Mantooth's role on the show helped popularize the concept of emergency medical services across the country and turned him into an advocate for firefighters and emergency responders. He spent decades traveling to speak at firefighter conferences and remained a beloved figure in the EMS community. His dedication to the profession went far beyond acting, making a real impact on how communities save lives today. Wai Ching Ho, the veteran actress best known to modern audiences as the formidable Madame Gao in Marvel's Daredevil, Iron Fist, and The Defenders, died at the age of 82 following a stroke. Born in Hong Kong, she moved to the United States and spent 4 decades working in theater, television, and film. Her co-stars remembered her as a kind, positive, and deeply caring person who offered warm advice to younger actors. Beyond her Marvel roles, she voiced characters in movies like Turning Red and was a constant presence in Asian American theater, where she helped create opportunities for other actors. She left behind a strong legacy of artistic excellence. Georgia O'Connor, the undefeated British professional boxer and Commonwealth Youth Games gold medalist, died at the age of 25 after a battle with cancer. She passed away less than 4 months after sharing her diagnosis with her followers on social media. O'Connor was one of the most promising young athletes in British boxing, holding a perfect professional record and representing Team GB with pride and determination. She was loved by the boxing community for her fierce spirit inside the ring and her warm personality outside of it. Her tragic passing at such a young age left her family, friends, and fans heartbroken, but they will always remember her incredible courage. Cristina Sanz, the star of the reality television show Born This Way, died at the age of 36 after suffering a sudden cardiac arrest. Her family confirmed she collapsed at her day program and passed away shortly after at the hospital. Sanz starred in all 4 seasons of the Emmy-winning show, which followed a group of young adults with Down syndrome as they pursued their dreams and navigated life. Fans fell in love with her warm personality, quick wit, and inspiring attitude. Her family expressed deep gratitude for the beautiful moments she shared with the world, and viewers are mourning the loss of a bright light who taught so many about love and determination. Ken Bates, the outspoken British businessman and former owner of Chelsea FC and Leeds United, died at the age of 94 from natural causes. He passed away peacefully in Monaco, surrounded by his family. Bates bought Chelsea for just £1 in 1982 when the club was facing bankruptcy and heavy debts. He eventually transformed it into a modern football powerhouse and oversaw the redevelopment of Stamford Bridge. He later bought Leeds United in 2005, continuing his long career in football administration.
Known for his sharp tongue, bold decisions, and public feuds, Bates was one of the most recognizable figures in English sport, leaving behind a lasting impact on the clubs he ran.
Jayden Adams, the young South African soccer midfielder who competed in the 2026 World Cup, died at the age of 25. Police confirmed his body was found at a home in Cape Town, and they have opened an inquest to investigate the circumstances surrounding his death. Adams was one of his country's brightest sporting prospects, playing for Mamelodi Sundowns and representing the national team, Bafana Bafana. He had played in all 3 of South Africa's group stage matches at the tournament, showing immense dedication on the pitch. This came even while he was grieving the sudden loss of his grandmother. Fans and teammates are devastated by the loss of a talented player who had his whole career ahead of him. Joanna Pettet, the English-born actress who found fame in 1960s Hollywood, died at the age of 83 from undisclosed causes. She passed away in Temecula, California. Pettet began her career on Broadway before starring in the successful 1966 film adaptation of The Group. She is widely remembered for playing Mata Bond in the 1967 James Bond spoof Casino Royale, alongside other roles in films like The Night of the Generals and Robbery. Throughout the 1970s and 1980s, she made frequent guest appearances on popular TV shows like Night Gallery, Fantasy Island, and Murder, She Wrote. She retired from acting in 1990, leaving behind a wonderful body of work that classic film fans still enjoy today. Patricia Greene, the English actress who voiced the matriarch Jill Archer in the BBC radio serial The Archers for nearly 70 years, died at the age of 95 from natural causes. She passed away at her care home in Buckinghamshire. Greene held a Guinness World Record for being the longest-serving actor in a soap opera in any medium, having played the role from 1957 until her passing. Even after moving to a care facility in 2023, she continued to record her lines for the show. Listeners across Britain grew up with her familiar, warm voice on their radios every week. Her passing marks the end of an extraordinary era for the world's longest-running radio drama. Peppino di Capri, the beloved Italian singer, songwriter, and pianist, died at the age of 86 following a long illness. He passed away at his home on the island of Capri. He was a dominant figure in Italian popular music for decades, famous for blending traditional Neapolitan song styles with modern rock and roll, twist, and pop. Di Capri won the prestigious San Remo Music Festival twice, first in 1973 and again in 1976. His romantic ballads and energetic performances made him a massive star across Europe and South America, and his fans will always remember him as a true gentleman of song. Phil Regan, the former Major League Baseball pitcher, manager, and coach, died at the age of 89 from natural causes. He passed away peacefully in a hospice facility in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He enjoyed a 13-year playing career in the majors, pitching for teams like the Detroit Tigers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Chicago Cubs. He earned the nickname the Vulture for his ability to swoop in and steal wins late in games. After retiring as a player, he managed the Baltimore Orioles in 1995 and served as a pitching coach for several organizations, including the New York Mets as recently as 2019. He spent over 60 years in professional baseball, dedicating his life to the sport. Barbara Ling, the Oscar-winning American production designer, died at the age of 73 after a battle with cancer. She passed away in Santa Barbara, California. Ling grew up in Los Angeles and spent decades working on major Hollywood films, including designing the worlds of Batman Forever and Batman and Robin in the 1990s. She won the Academy Award for Best Production Design for her work on Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where she carefully recreated the streets, theaters, and restaurants of 1969 Los Angeles. Her incredible vision, creativity, and eye for detail earned her deep respect from colleagues across the entire film industry. Rodney Franklin, the talented American jazz fusion pianist and composer, died at the age of 67 from undisclosed causes. Born in Berkeley, California, Franklin began taking jazz lessons at age 6 and was leading his own funk jazz band by 14. He signed with Columbia Records in the late 1970s, releasing a string of successful albums that blended jazz, funk, and R&B. He is best known for his 1980 hit single, The Groove, which became a favorite in dance clubs worldwide and climbed the international music charts. Throughout his career, Franklin worked alongside some of the biggest names in jazz, leaving behind a legacy of wonderful music that continues to inspire jazz fusion enthusiasts today. Ella Laboriel, the famous Mexican singer and actress, died at the age of 81 from complications of pulmonary emphysema and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. She passed away at the Casa del Actor nursing home in Mexico City. Laboriel was born into an artistic family and began her music career in 1964 with the female trio Las Yolis. She later became a successful solo artist, performing rock and roll, jazz, and blues. She also made frequent appearances on Mexican television and in films, bringing her unique energy and wonderful voice to audiences for decades. Her fans and fellow musicians will remember her as a pioneer of Mexican rock and roll. Peter Van Norden, the versatile American actor known for his memorable roles on stage, television, and film, died at the age of 75. He passed away peacefully at a hospice facility in Southern California after dealing with several health conditions. Van Norden had a long and varied career, famously playing Officer Vinnie Stuhlman in the comedy film Police Academy 2, Their First Assignment. He also made appearances in popular television shows like The West Wing, Law and Order, and ER, alongside extensive theater work across the country. His fellow actors and directors praised his professional attitude and ability to bring depth to every role he took on. Karol Stopa, the famous Polish sports journalist, tennis commentator, and former player, died at the age of 78 from undisclosed causes. Born in Warsaw, Stopa was a talented tennis player in his youth before transitioning into sports journalism. He spent decades working as a prominent commentator, most notably for Eurosport, where his voice became synonymous with tennis broadcasts in Poland. His deep knowledge of the game, sharp analysis, and professional delivery made him a favorite among Polish sports fans during major Grand Slam tournaments. He dedicated his life to promoting and explaining the sport he loved, leaving behind a lasting legacy in the world of Polish sports broadcasting. John Dymond, the talented British musician affectionately known as Beaky, died at the age of 81 from undisclosed causes. He was the rhythm guitarist and vocalist for the popular 1960s pop rock group Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick, and Titch. The band achieved massive success in the UK and Europe with hits like Hold Tight and Bend It, even reaching the top of the charts with Legend of Xanadu in 1968. Dymond spent decades touring and performing, returning to the band in 2013 to perform on nostalgia circuits for devoted fans. His passion for music and energetic stage presence kept the spirit of the 60s alive for audiences everywhere, and his bandmates and fans will sorely miss him.